Hey there, fight fans. In today's video, Dana White's scandal escalates. Prison threats are looming. Also in this video, Fedor Emelianenko answered the question of whether he would agree to headline the UFC 300 event against former UFC heavyweight champion Brock Lesnar. Tyson Fury's sparring partner broke the silence and told the whole truth about what really happened during the sparring session that ill-fated day. And then at the end of this video, in the upcoming main event of UFC 298, reigning featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski is gearing up to defend his title for the 6th time against the formidable challenger Ilia Topuria. But here is the twist. The fans are torn. Some are placing their bets on Topuria, confident that he will snatch the throne from Volkanovski, while others stand firm in their belief that the champion will emerge victorious without breaking a sweat. Don't miss out on the action, so please subscribe now and stay tuned for all of the latest updates. Alexander Volkanovski prepares to defend his featherweight title for the 6th time against the formidable Ilia Topuria in the main event of UFC 298. With the fan base sharply divided, anticipation is now at a fever pitch. Will Topuria dethrone the champion and seize the throne? Or will Volkanovski assert his dominance with ease? In a recent interview on ESPN MMA, Volkanovski spoke about his desire to humble Topuria in their upcoming fight.
My goal for this one isn't just winning. I want to go out there. I'm saying I want to embarrass this bloke. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that I'm trying to embarrass him, but what I plan on doing, going out there, I want him to realize that there is levels. I want him to be like, oh wow, I'm nowhere near this level, which is going to be very embarrassing after all the talk he's been doing. So, the polite way of saying it, I'm just going to teach him a lesson, but he will be embarrassed. He will be, eating his own words. He will literally have to go back to the drawing board and realize, all right, that's a whole nother level. How do I get there?
Now, Volkanovski remains undefeated at 145 pounds and has a perfect 13-0 record in that weight class. However, the Great One has lost 2 of his last 3 fights, including a first-round knockout loss to Islam Makhachev at UFC 294.
I believe in him. It was a left kick from southpaw. Boy went over the head, just clipped him.
Thus, Alexander Volkanovski's aspirations of becoming a 2-division champion were dealt a serious blow. Meanwhile, undefeated challenger Ilia Topuria, known for his powerful striking and aggressive style, has won each of his 6 UFC fights, earning 3 straight performance bonuses to give him his first shot at UFC Gold. Volkanovski, and promised that he would make him look like a punching bag. Of course, Topuria is trying to get into Volkanovski's head. His Instagram post, where he prematurely declared himself the UFC champion, is a clear indication of his attempt to get into Volkanovski's head. But will this tactic prove effective against the seasoned warrior like Volkanovski?
The words are going to be much different. Someone's going to have to go onto their bio on their Instagram and change it literally themselves. So what a humbling experience that's going to be. And I'm going to make sure, I don't want the manager, I don't want their trainers or his wife or anything doing it. I want him personally to change that to 14-1 and contender or whatever he's going to change the champion to.
As anticipation mounts for this clash, one thing is undeniable. It will be an intense showdown. MMA enthusiasts around the globe are eagerly awaiting the spectacle, each with their own predictions and analysis. So who do you think will secure the belt? Share your thoughts and predictions in the comments below as we prepare for one of the most anticipated fights in recent memory. Now, recently, the MMA world buzzed with news that former UFC heavyweight Mark Hunt is taking a strong stance against Dana White. This comes after some eye-opening text messages between Dana White and Lorenzo Fertitta, mistakenly referred to here as Lorenzo Vatito. and they were brought to light by Bloody Elbow, revealing their conversation about Hunt. These texts, dating back to August 2014, were uncovered through court documents that have recently been made public. In the leaked conversation, the topic was a contract dispute involving Mark Hunt. Lorenzo Fertitta approached Dana White with a request to resolve this dispute, to which White responded in a way that angered Mark. During a deposition, Dana White tried to clarify that his harsh words simply meant to pursue legal action against Hunt. Now, Mark Hunt has openly expressed his frustration and anger over these revelations on Instagram, saying, "How nice, more beautiful antitrust documents leaked. Dana White and his cohort, such nice people. Jail is calling you, just like it's calling Lesnar and McMahon." In a recent interview, Mark also discussed his lawsuit against the UFC. He said that the only reason that he is still competing at 49 years of age is so he can fund his lawsuit against the UFC and put Dana White in jail.
I have to pay for a lawsuit if it goes to a lawsuit that I pay for, that I don't have the finance for. That is the only reason that I'm fighting at my age, and regardless what people think about it, that is the truth. I have to fight in case this goes to a trial, and I'm not letting these guys get away with it. I want to put these fools in jail, and I want to close their company up. That is the reason why I have to compete at my age. And if I have to fight at my age and get up and do this at my age, you can damn well make sure I'm going to put them in.
Now, this situation has cast a spotlight on the complexities and tensions that exist beyond the scenes in the world of professional fighting, highlighting the struggles athletes may face with management and the lengths some are willing to go to seek justice. In the world of combat sports, anticipation often reaches a fever pitch as elite fighters gear up for monumental clashes. However, the landscape can swiftly shift, as evidenced by the recent postponement of Tyson Fury's highly anticipated bout with Alexander Usyk. Scheduled to face off on February 17th, Fury's rigorous training in Saudi Arabia took an unexpected turn when he sustained a severe cut above his right eye during sparring. The incident, captured on video and circulated online, sparked some speculation about the nature of the blow that led to the injury. While initial suspicions pointed towards a slicing elbow strike, a familiar menace in MMA circles, the truth as revealed by his training partner proved to be more contentious. Contrary to popular belief, Agron asserted that the cut stemmed from a legitimate punch rather than a prohibited maneuver.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like bad news because I canceled the biggest fight, but it wasn't on purpose, yeah. And so it was a punch. I threw a punch. I know I feel the punch, but how he was pulling my head forward, maybe it goes to the elbow. He did some tricks. He likes to speak, you little sausage, let's go, come on. It makes him, I don't know, he's the type like that. So we had some stuff like that in the sparring, speaking like that, and in the third round, it happened, the cut.
Now, as Fury's camp navigates the fallout from this setback, fans are left eagerly awaiting the rescheduled showdown and the resolution of this gripping chapter in the world of combat sports. A legendary Russian fighter, Fedor Emelianenko, answered the question of whether he would agree to head the UFC 300 event if the leadership of the UFC would offer him a fight with former UFC heavyweight champion Brock Lesnar.
Скоро будет UFC 300. Обсуждаются уже, во всяком случае, болельщиками уж точно различные там шоу-бои, в частности. Кто-то думает, что позовут Брока Леснара. Вот представим такую ситуацию. Дана Уайт вам звонит и предлагает бой с Леснаром. Ну, понятно, там за очень хорошие деньги. Вы бы согласились бы выйти на UFC 300 против Брока Леснара?
Нет, я закончил с ММА. Я обещал. Вот, поэтому я свое слово держу. А так вообще надо было делать все, конечно, в свое время.
2 weeks ago, the Russian announced that he plans to share the ring this year with professional boxing legend Mike Tyson, who did agree to the fight. However, representatives of Iron Mike denied this information, calling it false. Now, in the past, the UFC has made several attempts to sign Fedor Emelianenko, and Dana White has repeatedly said that he considers unsuccessful negotiations with the Russian heavyweight to be his biggest professional failure. Last February, 47-year-old Fedor Emelianenko made an unsuccessful attempt to take the Bellator Heavyweight Championship belt from Ryan Bader, losing to the American by technical knockout in the first round, after which he then announced his retirement from his professional career. That is all for today. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel because it is very important to us, and thank you all in advance.